What's up, booktube? Welcome back. My name is LaRue if you're new here, and today I'm tier ranking every single book that I read that was released in 2020. So one of my goals for this year was to try and focus on new releases more, because I have this horrible habit of adding a book to my TBR well before it's released and then like completely losing interest by the time that it actually is released, and then I just never get to them. They'll sit on my TBR for years and years until I finally either pick them up or just take them off of my TBR. So this year I wanted to try and not do that, so I made it a goal to get to new releases as fast as possible and try and focus on those more than anything else, and I was like actually pretty successful. It is currently the 21st of December, I think, so I might end up reading a few more things before the end of the year. So this may not be a like totally conclusive list of everything that I read, but as of right now at least I have read 30 new releases this year. That's pretty damn good for me. So you know, I would count my goal a success, I think. So like, hell yeah, great for me. But I thought it would be fun to do a little tier ranking video of all the ones that I read this year. So let's do that. Fun fact, I've actually tried to film several tier ranking videos before. I think this is my 4th time trying it, and every single time something has happened where it just didn't work. So I just gave up and just scrapped the video because like I just couldn't figure it out. So I'm really hoping that this time it actually works out, because like, struggle. So I'm not going to like go over what every book is about because there's just way too many of them and that would take way too long, and quite frankly I'm lazy and I don't want to make a like hour-long video right now, so I'm not doing that. So I'm just gonna not go over what they're about. Sorry. But for my tiers, I have my top tier is I Would Die for This Book. These are like the best of the best, obviously. Next is Amazing, We Love Her. These are books that were like pretty fucking good. I love them, but they weren't quite like top tier, you know? Then we got Pretty Good, Just Kinda Okay, and Yikes. So let's get started then. Starting with Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This one, I read it recently and I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, to be honest. So I'm going to put that one under pretty good. I think that's fair. You know, it wasn't great by any means, but it was also a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. So, you know, can't complain, right? Ghost Squad by Clary Ballet Ortega. This one was not my favorite, to be honest. I was pretty bored reading this one. I'm gonna put it under just kind of okay. It was fine, but it wasn't great either. Like, I liked the premise, but the execution was just kind of lacking for me. I think I actually fell asleep at one point, so that's not a good indicator. But it wasn't bad, so yeah. This Coven Won't Break by Isabel Sterling. This is the sequel to These Witches Don't Burn, and I'm gonna put that one under yikes, to be honest. That was really bad. It wasn't good. I was very sad. I think like the book itself wasn't that bad, but it was just because it was such a disappointing sequel to a book that I really, really loved, that, you know, the experience of reading it and like that being the conclusion to the series just kind of it was very disappointing, so that one's gonna be a yikes for me. Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim. I really wanted to like this book, and like, I don't know why I didn't like it that much, but like, I just didn't. I don't know what it was about it. Like, I liked the characters, I liked the plot, like, the setting was really fun, so I liked all of the individual pieces, but just all together, it just didn't quite capture my attention. That being said, it was still a pretty good book, so I'm kind of torn between putting it under just okay or pretty good. I'm gonna put it here. I like it less than Chain of Gold, but more than Ghost Squad. So, you know what? Pretty good. We're putting it in pretty good. The Night Country by Melissa Albert. How did I feel about, when did I read this book? Was that in January? I think that was in January, so like this is a long time ago now for me. But this is the sequel to The Hazelwood, which I enjoyed like pretty well. This is one series where like I like the world of it. I fucking love the world, but I hated the main character so much that I just didn't quite fully enjoy the book. So this one, but the world is so good though. It's so good. Okay, I'm gonna put it under pretty good as well. It's like almost at amazing, but pretty good, because the main character is so annoying. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. This is a horror novel about vampires. This book is kind of split into like 2 parts for me. The first half of this book would be under the Amazing We Love Her category, but the second half is like absolutely a yikes. So I think I'm gonna go and put this under just kind of okay. Yeah, Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Dark and Deepest Red by A.M. McLemore. Ooh, this one was good. It was so good. Kind of the same thing about the last one where I have two feelings about this book. This is a dual timeline book and I loved the past timeline. Absolutely adored it. I sobbed in public reading the ending of this book for the past timeline, but I didn't give a damn about the present timeline, like at all. I did not care about it whatsoever. So I can't put this under I would die for this book. If it was just the past timeline, I probably would, but the present timeline was also there, so I can't quite put it there. So I'm gonna put it under amazing. We love her. Loved it. All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This one was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm obsessed with like piratey themed novels. Pirates are just my jam. Like if you give me a book that takes place on the sea, especially if there's like mermaids involved, then like I'm here for it. However, this one, like plot wise, it was good. I liked it, but like it wasn't anything that special. It wasn't like all that out there or like super unique, but I did still really enjoy it. So I'm gonna put this one under pretty good. Havenfall by Sara, Holland. This one is also really good. This one's a portal fantasy, so like we know that I fucking love portal fantasy, but I don't know. I was kind of underwhelmed by it though, to be honest. It was good. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't everything that I hoped it would be, because like if you tell me that a book is portal fantasy, I'm going to assume that it's going to be the best thing to ever grace my eyeballs, but it wasn't. But like I did still really enjoy it and I'm definitely planning on reading the sequel. So I think this one is gonna go under amazing. We love her. She was great. Not perfect, but pretty great. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. That's where it goes. That's it. There's not even a question about this. This is one of my favorite books of all time. This book can have my soul. It can just, it's so good, so wholesome. Upright When Wanted by Sarah Gailey. We know that I'm obsessed with Sarah Gailey. This is nothing new. So this one, I think I'm gonna put this one under amazing. We love her. That feels about right. It's not quite like, I wouldn't quite die for this book. It's not quite a favorite of all time, but it's close. So, Something to Talk About by Meryl Wilsner. This one is lesbian romance. Hell yes, I need more of that in my life. Wasn't quite perfect, so I'm gonna put this one under amazing. We love her as well. My like amazing tier right here is so queer. Literally all of these books are queer. I love it. Love that for me. Red Hood by Alana K. Arnold. This one was weird. I enjoyed parts of it, but there were some parts that I also really didn't enjoy about it. Overall, it's also kind of forgettable, I think. I can't quite remember what even happened. Like I do, but I also don't. I have like a general idea of the plot, but I don't quite remember the details. So I think this one is gonna go under just kind of okay. That feels about right. Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Bashardoust. This one was beautiful. Oh my god. It's a fairy tale inspired by Persian myths, legend, and folklore, which we all know I adore. I love fairy tales and folk tales and myths, especially about cultures that I don't know that much about. So this one was an absolute delight to read, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna put it under amazing. We love her. Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. This one's a romance novel, which I loved it. My first reaction was to put this one under I would die for this book, but I did like the first book better, just a little bit. So I don't know if I could put this one in that category or not. So I'm gonna put it under amazing. We love her, because it's very close to being top tier, but like not quite. Come Tumbling Down by McGuire. Absolutely, I would die for this entire series. It just, yes, absolutely yes. I love it so much. Spoiler alert by Olivia Dade. I just recently read this one actually, and I liked it. I think I'm already kind of forgetting like what happened in it, which is not good because I finished this like maybe 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna put this one under pretty good. I think it's very close between pretty good and amazing, but I think pretty good is a good spot for it, because like I did really enjoy it. I liked the plot. I didn't really have any like actual problems with it. It just didn't quite grab me as much as I wanted it to. So yeah, so pretty good. It's a good spot to be there. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Wow, I wonder where this book is gonna go. Oh no. Ended up in the yikes section. Sorry, not sorry. I was not a fan of this book. It was not good. I think a lot of us were kind of disappointed by it. And yeah, very sad. So, moving on. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I would die for you. I would die. Absolutely. This book was amazing. I loved it. This is also a like new favorite of all time. So yeah, it really couldn't go anywhere else. Meet Cute Club by Jack Harpin. This one was really cute. It was a super sweet adult romance novel about a like romance reading book club. It was adorable. It was like an enemies to lovers kind of thing. So I really enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect and like I wouldn't call it a favorite. I'm gonna put it under pretty good, but it was super cute and I do definitely recommend this one a lot. Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Corcoran. This one is kind of a struggle because I want to put it under yikes, to be honest, because it was so boring, but I did really enjoy the writing style. I think it's promising, and this one I think I remember that it was a debut book, so I think the author, you know, is just suffering from like first book syndrome. So like I don't want to put it in yikes because like, you know, I could see the potential for future books from this author, but this one was just so goddamn boring that I don't really know where to put it. You know, I'm gonna because like there were parts of it that I liked. I liked the characters a lot. I liked the relationships, but just the plot was lacking, to say the least. So I'm gonna put it under just kind of okay. That's fair. The Winter Duke by Clare Eliza Bartlett, I think it is. Is that, yeah, I think so. I don't remember now. This one is kind of same vibe as Queen of Corn and Whispers, but I liked it a little bit more. Did I? I don't know if I did. I did a little bit, not a whole lot. So I'm gonna put this one under just kind of okay as well. The world for that one was incredible. It was so good, but the plot was just lacking, and it was kind of boring by the end of it. But it's fine. Parallel Universe Me Has No Scars by Matthew Stegman. This is a poetry collection that the author kindly gave to me in exchange for a review. I just read this one like 2 days ago and it was pretty good. I did really enjoy it. Poetry is kind of hard for me to rate because like they're so short, right? That like it's kind of hard to get a feel for like the writing style, and also I normally read fantasy, so like part of my reviews is usually based on like world building and everything, but obviously for nonfiction and for poetry, you're not really gonna have world building because they're just writing poems. So I have a very hard time rating poetry books and like figuring out how much I liked them or not. But this one, I'm gonna put it under pretty good. And I'll just do his other book at the same time, which is called If Anyone Can Hide It, It's Me, which I would also say is like pretty good. Neither of them were like outstanding for me. I also don't read that much poetry, so I don't have a whole lot to go off of here, but they're pretty good. Blood Countess by Lana Popovic. This one, what happened in this book? I don't remember at all, like at all. I know like the vague plot of it, but I really don't remember like the details whatsoever. I remember that I was very underwhelmed by it. It was not quite what I hoped it was gonna be, and like, so I'm gonna put this one under just kind of okay, which is sad. It's like I did want to like this one a lot, but I just didn't quite, not quite. Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. Oh my gosh, do we even have to question this? No, we don't. It's going into, I would die for this book because I would. I love this book so much. Finna by Nino Cipri. This one was such a fun book. I loved it. It was such a unique concept and it was just so entertaining and like very quick as well. So this one, I am going to put under amazing. We love her, because I did have some problems with it here and there. Nothing like major, but like it wasn't quite like top tier for me, but like it was pretty damn close. Undercover Romance by Alyssa K. Adams. This is the second book in the Romance Book Club series, and I really liked this one. It was so much fun. I think I liked the first one better. I liked certain things about this one better and certain things about the first one better, so I'm not really sure which ones I like more. But regardless, for this one, I think I'll put it under pretty good. Amazing? No, pretty good. Yeah, yeah, pretty good. It's like, it's almost that amazing, but not quite. All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This one's a memoir. It was beautiful. It was so gorgeous. This one, I'm gonna put this one under amazing. Again, it's not quite like top tier for me, but it is very, very close. I think for this one, it's just because like I don't read a lot of memoirs, so I don't have like too much to go based off of, and I also didn't know who this person was before reading their book, so I have no kind of like attachment to the person, so I can't quite say that I would die for this book. And last but certainly not least is Boyfriend Material by somebody. I can't see the name. I forget the author. Sorry. This one was adorable. It was so cute. I loved it. So I think I'm gonna put this one under amazing. We love her. Yeah, it was great. It was really, really fun. I loved the main character. He was such a mess in the most fun way possible that I just couldn't help but love him dearly. And the romance was adorable, and the witty banter, and like just wonderful. So good, so good. There we have it. Here is the official tier ranking of all of the 2020 releases that I read this year. This is pretty good. You know, I would have liked to see more in the I would die for this section, but like I am happy with most of it being in the amazing and pretty good tier, and very happy that there were only 2 yikes. So that's good. But yeah, that should do it for this video. So let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books here, and let me know which new releases you read this year. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!